All right. Good afternoon. We'll start off with a plan to do session 10 and cover two more adventures or whatever proper term is used for our activities and misdirected themes in high school. I had good fortune last night to speak with Jim Burt, who is and was an integral part of all of these adventures. He is known within the family as the Godfather, in the good sense. He was and happy to accept the role as Godfather to Krista. He has taken that seriously over the years, and the two of them have spent a considerable amount of time together and know each other fairly well. At any event, he was an active member of our misguided group. And as a result, his memory is helpful in recounting these stories. We're going to go for two, so I better start. The first story deals with our friend Morris Lodge, previously mentioned in the Dandelion Wine episode. He not only was a chemistry teacher, he was a physics teacher. And one day he had devised a experiment, I guess, a demonstration probably is a better word, of differences in what can happen with electricity. In this case, he was concerned with showing us the difference between serial circuits, that's a good one, and parallel circuits. Serial circuits, if you recall in the old days, if one light bulb went out, for instance on your Christmas tree, the whole string went out. Whereas with parallel, if you removed one light from the string, the rest continued to glow. Now the point of that is that he had on a table set up two little boards with, I don't know, 3-4 light bulbs in each one wired in series and one wired in parallel. The idea he also was trying to get across was with parallel, as you added additional lights, the power to the light decreased, and as a result, all the lights got dimmer and dimmer. Well, he left the room for some reason, not sure what. And my recollection of this story is that I got up and ran to the demonstration and removed the last bulb in the parallel group, inserted the penny, and screwed the light bulb back in. Well, now, a light bulb doesn't screw in very well with a penny in the bottom. Nevertheless, it appears to be screwed in. And so we proceeded with the experiment, and he demonstrated with a series that if you removed the bulb, each bulb he could turn on or off separately. He had them all on, turned one off, and of course lost lighting to all of them. Then he went to the parallel. And in the parallel, he was explaining all this now in great detail, which he liked to do. And he was rather droll, and his humor was almost what you would call English. Anyway, it was fun. So these sessions were never real short. So he turns on the first bulb and shows everyone how parallel works. And then he turns on the second one. Well, of course, the ones in the back are not coming on. So he turned on, eventually he worked his way back to the last bulb. And the whole time he had been giving this lecture, he had been walking around, and he kept fussing with that bulb. Wasn't seated right, didn't look right to him, didn't feel right to him, but nevertheless he kept going. And the time came when he turned that bulb on. The result, as you can imagine, is we instantly blew a circuit in the school, as well as destroying a perfectly good light bulb. Jim's recollection is very similar to mine. He also remembers Lodge not being particularly angry or upset. He set about to discover what had gone wrong, and of course it wasn't long before he determined that the last bulb was the culprit. So he anyway, that brought class to an end for that day. That was one of our more enjoyable and, to us, quite humorous days, classes. So I'll close that one, and I think probably I should upload this one and then go on to the next one, as it takes quite a bit of time to do all this. So I'm going to stop, say Carpe Diem, and we'll move on.